Yo, what's going on, everyone? This is Austin from Calling Our Shot. We're back for some player props and spreads in the NBA for Monday, March 22nd. A recap from yesterday. We go 5-2, so close to that 6-1 number, but Luka does not play in the fourth quarter, and not much you can do there. The Blazers did not show up, so he finishes 2 points, rebounds, and assists shy of that line. But we'll move on, forgive and forget, and we're going to have a great slate this week. We finished the week 29, 16-1, so very good. Clap it up to everyone. We're going to move on. 2 quick notes. We have our live stream today at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be there live on this channel answering any questions you guys got for tonight's slate. It is a weird slate if you look at the games. You got like Timberwolves versus Thunder, Cavs, Kings. A lot of weird games on the slate tonight, but I found my favorite player props and spreads that I'm going to go into in a second. So 1, we have the live stream at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2, please join our Discord. If you haven't joined our Discord, Ronak in there is killing it on his player props and spreads. He's been on an absolute heater. So make sure you check him out, but also check out everyone else. There's over 300, I believe 314 Discord members as I'm recording this. So shout out to everyone. We opened that up probably like 10 days ago, and you guys have been absolutely killing the support, killing the game. A lot of text channels in there, not just NBA, but MLB, hockey, NCAA, basketball, NFL, MMA, soccer, you name it. There's a lot of different text channels, so make sure you use that and join that community. And number 3, click that like and subscribe button. Man, we're trying to get over to 1,400 subscribers today. I know we can do it. I know about 50% of you that watch these videos aren't subscribed, so click that like and subscribe button. Let's get up to 200 likes today. I know you guys can do it. Moving into my favorite player prop of the day, DeMar DeRozan over 7.5 assists. I considered DeMar DeRozan's point line, which is 19.5, which he's hit in 4 straight games. But you know what? I decided to go with DeMar DeRozan's over in 7.5 assists. And here's why. You know, he's the Spurs' glorified point guard. He's had 11 plus assists in 5 of 7 games. And I know you're thinking 11. We only need 8. Exactly. All we need is 8 tonight, and something just didn't feel right about this line. The Hornets give up the most assists per game, not only to a team, but also to other teams' opposing point guard, which is basically more or less what DeMar DeRozan is. Specifically, they give up an over 9.8 assists per game to opposing point guards. And the last time these two teams played, DeMar DeRozan didn't score a lot of points, but he did have 9 assists, and I expect more of the same tonight. DeRozan should be able to cruise to this player prop, and that's why he's my and you probably will see him in my long shot parlay of the day, which was, man, the long shot parlay of the day yesterday was so close. We had Westbrook, Jokic, and Luka triple-double. The first 2 legs were easy money, and then Luka struggled. Well, didn't even play that many. Didn't even have to pass or rebound. He just absolutely smoked the Blazers with points. But not much you can do there. That's my favorite player prop of the day, DeMar DeRozan over 7.5 assists. Moving on the slate, Colin Sexton over 25.5 points. Sexton's been playing out of his mind lately, 29 plus points in 3 straight games. And now he gets about as good of a matchup as he can get. Regardless if you list Sexton as the point guard or the shooting guard on the Cavaliers, the Kings still give up the 4th most to either of those positions. They're the only team in the NBA that ranks in the top 4 in both giving up points to opposing point guards and to opposing shooting guards. We're going to take advantage of Sexton tonight, and we're going to lock him in. His points over 25.5 points. It could even go up to 26.5. I'm comfortable with that. This is going to be a high-scoring game. Not much you can do there. Sexton has been killing it lately, like I said, with 25 plus points in, 3 straight games, and he's just been on an absolute heater. So we're going to lock in Sexton's over tonight. Moving Garland, I also like his player props. I just feel like I can trust Sexton a little more because I know he's going to shoot it a bunch. Moving on into another Cavalier, Jarrett Allen over 11.5 rebounds. I know if you look at this and you look at his game log, you'd be like, dude, he hasn't hit this in 6 straight games, and that's true. But prior to that 6 straight game stretch, he had hit this easily in 4 or 5 games. You know, the Kings are giving up almost 17 rebounds per game to opposing centers, and they've allowed some notable stat lines, pretty much allowing a double-digit rebounder in every single game. But they allowed Tony Bradley and Dwight Howard to combine for 21. They also let Alex Len snag 12. They let Daniel Tice and Robert Williams combine for 19. And that's even when Jaylen Brown had 11 himself. I'm rocking with Jarrett Allen, the Fro, to get it done on the glass tonight. Just my thoughts. I think Jarrett Allen can easily get 12, and you'll probably see him in the long shot parlay of the day. Speaking of parlays, the parlay of the day technically hit yesterday. I realized afterwards someone did noted it in the comments that I picked 2 props in the same game, so I switched it and that parlay did hit. But we'll move on. Kobe White, I was going to pick a points under for him. I have not seen a line for him, but I do think Kobe White, if you do have a line for Kobe, I would bet it. He hasn't broken double digits in 4 or 5. And, now he's playing against a Jazz team that allows the 4th fewest points to opposing point guards, 4th fewest to opposing shooting guards. I considered Zach LaVine's under, but I didn't want to disrespect him because I felt like the moment I put an under on Zach LaVine, he's dropping 35 on my head, and I didn't need that in my life. Moving on to some player props and spreads that I like. Arguably the favorite one, the most favorite I like is the Pacers team total under 111.5. I was looking at the Pacers versus Bucks game. And, I wanted the over. I was like, the Bucks score a lot of points. Pacers dropped 137 on the Miami Heat a couple days ago. But then I was looking and diving deeper into these two teams' matchups and how they normally fare. And I landed on a Pacers team total under 111.5. They do average about 113 points per game, so right around this line. But when you look deeper into this matchup, since 2018, they have played 13 times. In those games, the Pacers have managed to hit this over 112 points, just 2 of those games. So 2 and 11. And not only that, the Pacers are only averaging 93 points per game. They had plenty of games in there where they only hit the 80s, the 90s. That's why it's at such a low number, 93 points per game. If this over is going to hit for the Bucks-Pacers game, in my opinion, it's got to be a big Bucks blowout. You saw them play back in February. Final score 130 to 110. Still are the over hits in the game, but the under hits for us. I wouldn't be surprised to see this Pacers team total go under again. It's going to take a lot for the Pacers to hit this. They'd have to average about 28 points per quarter, and the Bucks play great defense, and I think they might make it tough on the Indiana Pacers to break 112 points. That's why I'm locking in the Pacers team total as my favorite spread or over-under of the day. Moving on, I had Celtics plus 1.5 versus the Grizzlies. They've changed to -1. I'd take them regardless. Not a big difference. Sure, the numbers go against this play. Are the Celtics 7-15 against the spread on the road this season? Absolutely. Are they 7-13 against the spread after a win? Absolutely. But you know what? I don't care. I think the Celtics in their team meeting are going to be back on track. I know Kemba Walker will be out, but that doesn't scare me. I mean, Marcus Smart is back. He should be able to help guard John Morant and the rest of the Grizzlies roster. And, they needed that big win over the Magic yesterday, and they got it. We had Celtics -8, easily covered. But, I can't trust the Grizzlies. Can't really truthfully trust the Celtics, but we're going to ride them tonight and hope they can cover 2 straight nights against the spread. You got the Grizzlies that one game to lose by 15 to the Warriors and then beat them by 8 the next game. Doesn't make much sense, but if you look at it, Boston is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games at Memphis. So maybe that plays into our favor, and maybe the Celtics own the Grizzlies on the road tonight. I'm riding with the Celtics -1, +1, whatever you got. I'm taking the Celtics. My last spread of the day before we get into my parlay of the day, Longshot Parlay of the day, and then I'll give quick notes on each game. We're going to ride with the Spurs, -5 versus the Hornets. And this is a gut call. Man, LaMelo Ball, prayers to him. Hopefully he is back, but reports are that he might miss the rest of the season with a fractured wrist, and I think that's going to be a big difference in this game tonight. Wouldn't even mind playing the under because LaMelo Ball pushes the pace so fast, but I'm going to go with Spurs -5. Spurs have been playing very, very well lately, winning 3 of their past 4 games, and all of those are on the road. Now they return to San Antonio to face the Charlotte Hornets. And yeah, like I said, LaMelo Ball will be out, and I think LaMelo Ball is used to initiate a lot of the offense. Wouldn't mind picking like a Hayward's over in assists, but I'm not going to go down that route, down the Hornets route, until I see what they're like without LaMelo. But, the Spurs, led by DeMar DeRozan, I think they can get this win and cover at home. Charlotte is 3-17 straight up in their last 20 games against San Antonio. And further into that, Charlotte is 1-12 straight up in their last 12 games when on the road in San Antonio. The numbers don't match up with the Hornets, and granted, they have been bad lately. They have been pretty bad, not lately as in this season, but over the last 5 to 10 years. So that's why those numbers are swayed very heavily in the Spurs manner. But I'd still take Spurs to win and cover. 5 points is not that many against this Hornets team that's been getting blown out by not only the Lakers, but also the Clippers. I'm taking Spurs -5. They're the better team. They're the healthier team. We're rocking with the Spurs. And going into our parlay of the day, which technically cashed yesterday, we're going to go Celtics money line, Pacers under 111.5. And then we're going to reduce Jarrett Allen. We're only going to ask for 10 plus rebounds, so we're asking for 2 less. That's plus 365. I think that is a good chance of hitting tonight. So that's what we're going to rock with. Celtics money line, Pacers under 111.5, and Jarrett Allen 10 plus rebounds, plus 365. Long shot parlay of the day. This is what we got. We're going to still rock with Jarrett Allen, but we're going to go up to 14 rebounds. I think he has a good chance of hitting 14, no doubt about it, against that Kings team. We're going to go to DeMar DeRozan, 10 plus assists. I might even play this just as an outright single play. It is plus 260. And like I said, he's hit 11 plus in 5 of 7 games. I think there's no reason he can get up to 10 plus assists against the Hornets. And we're going to go again with the Pacers under 111.5. Long shot parlay of the day. That's plus 1,800 odds. And sure, you got Jarrett Allen and the Pacers in both of them, but I feel pretty confident on those. The research has been done, and I think both of those have a good chance of hitting. So as a recap, before we get into each game, I got those 2 long shot parlay of the days. Rewind if you want to. Spurs -5 versus the Hornets. Celtics money line or -1 versus the Grizzlies. Pacers team total under 111.5. Then we got Jarrett Allen over 111 rebounds, 11.5 rebounds. Colin Sexton over 25.5 points, and DeMar DeRozan over 7.5 assists. As a quick recap of all these games, plus we'll have on the live stream at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if you guys want to come by and drop some questions. Like I said, there's a lot of weird games on the slate tonight. Kings versus Cavaliers. I didn't have a beat for who would win this game. You know, I feel like the over might be in play as the Kings don't play a lot of defense, and the Cavs might play up to that speed. But it's so hard to predict these games. Can the Cavs win back-to-back games? I don't think so, but I had no opinion on this line. -4 versus the Kings, and the over-under's 225. Really had no gut call. Same for this one. Thunder versus Timberwolves. Thunder are 2-point underdogs. I would think the Timberwolves should be able to win this game, but then again, they have the worst record in the NBA, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to bet on the Thunder. But such a weird game, and hard to really honestly get a good gauge of who's going to win this game. It's going to be a toss-up. The Thunder have won the more matchups recently, but the Thunder have also had, very good teams. They had Chris Paul last year, Russell Westbrook before. I mean, of course, the Thunder are going to have a better win-loss record against the Timberwolves as of late. A hard game to look at. Anthony Edwards, he might have a big game, but he stunk it up last game. But he is arguably the Rookie of the Year now with LaMelo Ball potentially out for the rest of the year. So maybe he wants to come out and put on a show and make people really believe that he's the Rookie of the Year. Then you got Hornets versus Spurs. You already know I'm on the Spurs -5. I would lean the under, but I don't have a line for that game just yet. I believe it's like 223. So I'd lean the under, but no guarantees. Celtics, Grizzlies. You already know I'm on the Celtics -1. Pacers versus Bucks. I would be on the Bucks -5.5 if I had to pick it. Like I said, I'm all in on the Pacers team total under. I think that is the best chance of hitting, but that's just my overall research and thoughts. I mean, if the over is going to hit, you're going to need a big Bucks game, in my opinion. So I would take the Bucks team total over before I touched the actual spread and over, which is 228.5. And I believe the Bucks team total is 116, maybe 118, something like that. Raptors versus Rockets. Raptors finally getting some respect. They were favorites last night against the Cavaliers, but they obviously did not cover that as the Cavaliers beat them. 8.5 points against this Rockets team is a lot. But the Rockets, man, they're on 20-game losing streak, so not much to see there. I would lean the Raptors, but I don't know. I think the Rockets could cover 8.5. I think they could. They'll probably still lose, but I can see the Rockets covering that. The Raptors haven't necessarily been good this year, and so I could see the Rockets covering. I don't think they will win, but I could see them covering 8.5. Over under 224.5. That feels like an under to me. I don't think the Raptors and Rockets will combine for that. Just my overall thoughts. They're just going rapid fire through them. I haven't done much research for these games. Utah versus the Chicago Bulls. Absolutely never betting on Utah to cover again, so I'd take the Chicago Bulls, who are playing better of late. Just had a big victory over the Pistons by 15-20. We had the Bulls covering with ease, -3. No doubt about that one. And then the last game on the slate, Hawks versus Clippers. How do you bet against the Hawks, winners of 9 straight games under Nate McMillan? One of the player props I did consider was John Collins under, which I believe is 17.5 right now. Clippers give up, I believe, the least points per game to opposing power forwards. Sure, John Collins has hit it, and he's hit this number very frequently in games, but I think the Clippers, with Serge Ibaka, Kawhi Leonard, John Collins might struggle to score some points tonight. just my overall thoughts. Hawks could cover this +6. It's hard betting on the Hawks because I know what type of team they are, but they've been playing really well lately, playing great team basketball. Now, I won't say they've beaten a lot of good teams. Like, I listed their teams that they've beaten recently, I believe, in 2 videos ago. And then they beat the Lakers, who were LeBronless. The Lakers without LeBron are just like the Warriors without Steph Curry. They're not good. So I'd probably lean towards the Clippers to cover 6 points, but the Hawks are playing really well. But those are my overall thoughts and reactions on tonight's slate. Like I said, join that Discord community. Look at everyone's picks, not only Ronok's, but Alex's, Reese's. A lot of great content going on over there. 314 people in there. If you're still haven't subscribed yet, click that like and subscribe button, and let's get us up to 200 likes. Really appreciate all the support recently. But like I said, this has been Austin. I'll catch you guys in the Discord today, as well as on the live stream at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully you guys can make it out. Come and ask me some questions. Drop your comments below if you want me to answer your questions right now. And I'll be Austin. Well, I am Austin, but I'll be back again tomorrow for our normal daily video. I'll probably leave my NCAA March Madness picks down below, but Ronok's been killing it on March Madness as well as player props. He's been absolutely on a heater, so go check out his picks in the Discord below. First link in the description. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. This has been Austin. See you guys again later tonight on the live stream, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll catch you guys then. Peace out.